Yo, everyone! Wait a minute. I know Paul's gonna say, I hate that. Hey, everyone! Nope, bitch is still gonna say, hey is for horses. Okay, hello, guys! Before we start the episode today, I'm just gonna remind you to rate, review, subscribe. I want you to hit that notification bell.
Ring my bell!
Yeah, ring his bell. Wake up your mother, your brother, your sister.
And your dead grandmother.
Yeah, wake that bitch up and subscribe and make comments on each episode because you know what? We read the comments.
I don't review or read or comment back.
Even the bad ones will answer you back.
You know what, bitches? You got something better to do. Just listen to it. Don't write any bad reviews. I don't want to have to hear it.
I think they've been giving us really good reviews. They like
They
us.
are, but there's some bitches that are writing some negative stuff. Like, what the hell's wrong with you?
I don't know. Anyway, we're going to start with today's
Comment on
guest.
my fabulous outfit. There's so many good things to comment about. Stop the negativity.
Yeah, thank you. And I know for those of you out there that say they have big, big lips, Lisa Rinna Lips, thank you. I'm glad you're comparing me to Lisa Rinna Lips.
Oh my
I paid
God.
enough for them.
Pufferfish over here talking.
Before we begin, I just want to tell you about our next guest.
You can still have a lot of energy. She's fine.
I have energy.
I don't feel
Hell, with her in the house, I definitely have energy. Our guest, you can tell by that cackle and that laugh who this lovely lady is. She's a wonderful friend. You know what? Fuck it. She's not a friend. She is family. We have known this lady forever. I grew up watching her on TV with my late mother, and my mom got me hooked on Days of Our Lives. And then I became like best friends with this lady, Patrika Darbo from Days of Our Lives, Young and the Restless, and Bold and the Beautiful, right?
And GH. I did all four of them that are left.
And General Hospital?
Yes.
How many people have you done?
Well, honey, we can't talk about that.
Oh my God, what?
You know, I
Wait,
do.
what
Yeah.
did you do on General Hospital?
General Hospital years ago, I played Sally. I opened up Duke's Bar. I was
Oh.
his waitress. Yes.
I didn't
Well,
know
take
that.
another sip of that alcohol.
Yes.
Duke's Bar.
Cheers,
to
my
Patrika.
darling. To the non-drinker, we love you. Give me your good. There you go.
And I love that I have an alcoholic in the room with me. Mm-hmm. Patrika, you and I, we get into so much trouble at parties with the alcohol. And this one here is the designated driver.
Thank God. So they pick me up because they know I'm not driving anywhere by myself. So
We'd never get there.
No.
Hello? We'd never get there. You don't even listen to the navigation.
And I get the back seat where it's like this, and it's like this, and it's like this, and it's like, Patrick's like, can we slow down just a minute? How long are you on the phone like this way and this way? And it's always on Coldwater Canyon or Benedict Canyon, and oh my God.
We're in the canyon.
We're in the
Because
canyon.
Paul, driving the car, is it not like Mr. Toad's Wild
And
Ride?
there it is, Mr. Toad's right. I'm sorry, it is.
I said it.
But honey, you're far from being Mr. Toad.
So for those of you who do not know our guest today, which I don't know how you don't know her because I grew up watching her on Days of Our Lives with my mom. Love her! And now she's one of our best friends. She is a 4-time Emmy nominee, 4 times, and a 2-time winner.
Woo!
She's a winner!
Patrika Darbo.
There are no losers in this house.
Love it. And she is also a guest in 2 seasons of Gown and Out in Beverly Hills.
I love it. I love it.
She tried to get it. She tried to come in here incognito. It didn't work.
No.
That was the TMZ bus, the Hollywood bus. They all pulled over and goes, Patrika!
But that was fun episode.
And I'm like going, who are they yelling at? Yeah.
So you've been on soaps for how long? You started on what soap?
I think it was in 1985 or something. I went on to serve beer and peanuts on GH in Duke's Bar.
Wow. Was that your very first soap, General Hospital?
That was my first soap that I ever did.
Wow.
Yes. So then, we flashback 20, 30.
I wasn't born then, Patrika. Let's stick to
Let's
the
forget
same-
about that and let's just toast to you
let's
being
toast.
here, Patrika.
There's no bitch ass bitch.
It's a Z.
I wasn't born yet. You know what? Fuck yourself.
That's okay, you can say that.
Really? Where's the finger thing?
That's this and your horse you came in on, so don't start with that.
So Starline General Hospital.
2 sips and she's ready to go. Jesus.
Yes.
And then what after General Hospital?
Well, after that I've done so much. Listen, honey, I've been around since the Jeffersons.
But you don't have to talk about the porn. We don't have to talk about
my
Sunset
God.
Boulevard.
Wait, can you recognize
Oh my God,
Just
she
checking.
lifted her
I
leg.
just want to know if you could recognize me now. Anyway, in my younger days, it was easier to lift that leg, too. Now you have to go, there are my tits. It's like, bad if you don't have that tight bra. And this one's always,
God.
I come for a fitting, and this one goes, you need better foundation. You need to squish those in and push them up. Shit, get the hell away
Paul has
from me.
touched your boobs more than anyone I know.
Well, I don't know, because the sound guys always touch my boobs.
I love it.
I've had more people in between my boobs with little microphones. Hi there, honey. You should see him. He's married, but he's so
He is cute. He's rich too.
Oh, he's rich.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you started as Nancy Wesley and always played Nancy
I've
on
always
Days.
played Nancy Wesley on
Okay.
Days, yes. And then my contract, I mean, I was there from 98 to 207, then I was back in 213, then I was back in, he's always touching me.
I know. One of the things I remember when I was growing up watching Days is that you made a huge impact as one of the first plus-size actresses on the cover of Soap Opera Digest, right?
I was named one of the 100 most beautiful women, and it was it was a thrill for me. I'm known as the full-figured bitch goddess of daytime, which was lovely for them to do that for me.
Yes.
God bless Tom Langen, and he's the one that wrote for me.
Okay.
I think he's retired in Palm Springs. Hey, Tom, hope you're looking at this. Anyway, and then from...
He's at the bar. He's at Judas right now.
He said, I've had
He's
enough.
a little busy.
Yeah.
And then,
He's hanging out with Del Shores.
There you go. I'm going to be hanging out with Del.
I love Del Shores.
Are you going to Palm Springs? Why do I want to come this time?
I'm going on 24th, but I'm coming back the 25th. I'm judging a big drag queen show.
Oh my God!
It's going to be fabulous.
Nice.
I want to go.
That'd be fun.
It's at Toucans. You come, it's 24th. You have to just drive down, drive back, or see if you can find a house. Anyway.
Okay. Cool.
Anyway, so
No, we'll
Yes.
we'll take the helicopter. We're fine.
Oh, okay, fine.
You want to hitch a ride?
Yes,
And you were on Del Shores shows. I love his movies.
You know, first of all, he's
brilliant.
He's brilliant. He truly is. But I originated in Cheatin', his first show.
Yes.
Then, which is interesting because I had just quit this job, and my friends that owned the theater, and they said, "Come, they need you. They've lost a person. Come down there." Little did I know, Del had said to everybody that was other producers, he goes, "If she can act, we'll keep her. But even if she can't, we'll get a discount on the so we'll keep her." Anyway, so I got that job, and then Del wrote for me for Daddy's Dying.
Yep.
Then he wrote for me for Sordid Lives.
Sordid Lives.
And
You were
then-
great
I saw
in
that.
But unfortunately, he the first time he asked me to do it, of course I'm in. I mean,
Yeah.
I love Del. I love his work. But I booked out of Days, and he didn't get the money. So I had to come back.
Yeah.
And then I booked out another time, still didn't go. Then the third time he called me because they ready to go. I couldn't because Days would not release me. And so it was an unfortunate
Being
thing.
under contract, making all that money.
It
it's
was
so
it
hard.
was so shitty.
It's so
It was
difficult
terrible.
having assistants, makeup artists,
my
hair,
God.
wardrobe,
Honey, this is
microphone
not
guys.
1940. This is not happening.
You have to do your own hair,
Your
own
own makeup,
own
and
wardrobe.
you're fighting to get in your dressing room, which belongs to somebody else most of the time.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, so
How many years were you on Days? Have you been on Days?
well, the first time 98 to 207, then I was back in 2013, then I was back in 2016, and then that's when 2016 I won the PrimeTime Emmy for acting dead.
Yes, why don't you tell us
Yes.
Primetime Emmy, of course.
Primetime Emmy.
Yes.
Then I went to Bold and the Beautiful. I was very graciously asked to come on and play Sally Spectra's grandmother and the previous Darlene's sister. And so I came on and did that for over a year. And then
And you won your Emmy wearing Paul's gown.
yes. Oh, honey, listen, in 2016, I look pretty fashionable. And I told
did.
him if I don't show you this fabulous gown that Paul designed for me, he will kick my ass right on stage. You can see it if you download
The best
it.
thing I think you said on stage is if I don't, I have to thank my fashion designer. This dress is going to self-destruct and fall off of me. And you
I
said
have
it
a
live on
video of
TV.
it.
That was awesome.
That was so sweet
Honey,
of
I
you.
was so great.
Yes.
You made the most fabulous dress. It wasn't the first time you've given me
No,
gowns. I've
but I
won
knew
the-
you were going to win the Emmy. That's why I did it. I wouldn't have done it for you again. I mean,
No.
seriously.
You said I'm
So
making
that's
this.
not
You've
true,
made so many
bitch.
gowns for her. You always will.
No, he will always do for me. He will
Yes.
always do for me. As I was coming in, I was downstairs shopping, going, oh, "Look at this! He made a big girl dress. Ooh, look, another big girl. Oh, that's too. I don't have good shoulders. No. Oh, but this one's got sleeves. I love this."
Remember the time when you wore one of the gowns on the red carpet and you ended up in the emergency room? I will never forget the story. When you called me up from the
broke your arm.
emergency room and you go, "What the fuck was that train?"
Slipped on the train.
At the Kentucky Derby, walking the red carpet, just at the end, the last photographer, I'm at the end, and he goes, that is a fabulous gown. I said, yes, it is, Paula, too. He goes, I'd love to see the train. Can you kind of turn? So as I turn, heel caught in the shoe, down I went, legs to heaven. I got up screaming, if that ends up somewhere and you guys see my underwear, I'll kill all of you. Anyway, and then my publicist, Anthony, was with me. He comes running on going, are you okay? Are you okay? And I went, no, I really hurt myself. Like this. So we ended up at the Jewish hospital.
Yep.
And
you sent me pictures of a broken arm.
I go there, and so I'm in this gorgeous royal purple gown with a train out the wing wang, and Anthony's in his tux. We go up to the front desk, and the lady is like, okay, you'll have to fill these forms out in just a second. Oh my God! You're Nancy. Like this. Now people are bleeding, and I'm in the room. I get immediately ushered into.
That's right, VIP, bitch, VIP.
Yes. At which point, I think I'm dying. I think I'm dying because it hurts so bad. There was one nurse I had to call her grandmother. Then another nurse came in and could we have pictures? Then another nurse came down and with this. I had to call Aunt June that was back in Oklahoma. And then so. Finally, the doctor then I said, Anthony, this really hurts. I don't want to do it. He said, shut up, bitch. We'll be back in time for that entree. They know who you are. Just shut up. Just keep going. Okay. Like this. Yeah. And then comes the doctor and he goes, I don't know who the hell you are, but you have caused a riot in the hospital like this. So x-rays, can't see anything because it's so swollen. So I get a support bandage and we're back in time for the entree.
And what did I say when you sent me that picture? How dare you didn't put a purple band on your wrist to match the gown.
Well, and what he doesn't know, which was terrible, and now he's really going to be upset, Anthony took a rubber band and wound up the train so that I wouldn't trip on it again. And then we had to go to a gay bar. You know those, don't you? Of course, we ended up at a gay bar. All I want to do is go home because it's saying, they go, no. So then all of a sudden the MC goes, like this.
But ever since that moment, I love your new rule for Paul. Every time he makes a gown for you.
No train.
No fucking train.
Listen, it's not my fault you don't know how to walk. I told you not to walk backwards. It was
just, I turned with that fabulous train. It was fabulous, but it caught my heel and down I went. But
I thought it was great because I was able to put it in our show, Gowning Out in Beverly Hills.
Honey, listen.
I'm
not falling on the red carpet again in one of his gowns, but anytime you have my permission.
I love it. That's awesome.
It is.
That was fun. That was really, really
fun. How did you feel when you won your Emmy for the first time?
First, it was a little bit of disbelief because I had done one of those intros like Your Life as an Actor in 30 Seconds, which is one of the things that the TV Academy was doing at the time.
Yes.
And the gentleman, Brian Peacock, who is a creative genius in himself.
Yeah.
He created Acting Dead. He was the star of Acting Dead, and he created this 30-second thing that they played. And when they were
during the PrimeTime Emmys, I remember it was really nice.
And then I was like, I said to my husband, I guess I didn't win because it's just before they're announcing the category.
Right.
So I didn't really expect it. And when they said my name, it was like that.
You were jumping.
I was so excited. And then the only thing I could think of was, please to God, this is television. Don't let me fall on those stairs. There's not a railing. And then I thought, I'll just crawl up those motherfuckers. I don't care. I have won the Emmy. So I kissed my husband and then go up there like this. And I get up there and Ryan Seacrest helped me up the final way. Yep. And Ryan Seacrest, who is this woman? He has no idea who the hell I am. And he didn't really care, I don't think. But anyway, so then I get up there and I said my thank yous. And again, I can say it personally, thank you again.
Yeah,
You're
that was
so
awesome.
welcome.
He was very excited
That
about
was
that.
so exciting.
Very exciting.
I was like, I mean, just the joy of you winning and then the joy of your performance and you deserving the Emmy itself. And then next thing you know, you're wearing my gown and we had planned it. And I was like, oh my God, thank you.
I think he was so excited when you said his name and said it on stage and everything. It was right up there with when Betty White thanked him live and when Anna Nicole Smith said on Ryan Seacrest show in the morning, I'm wearing my designer, Pol and Patrik, Beverly Hills.
I woke up to that one morning.
Yeah.
But you know what? You do fabulous work. I mean, all seriousness aside, bitches, this is a fabulous show you've invited me on, but you? with that. This one's a creative. Do you know how many things he puts out with his Twitters and the hoofahs and all that shit that he does on the phone?
Thank you. I do work, right? Tell my husband.
Oh my God, the crap that you do is unbelievable.
Thank you.
Listen, if he was doing my social media, I'd be an A star instead of a B star. What can I tell you? Anyway, but yes, I love you both. And
You're an A star now.
Yes.
You know what, honey?
You're on the #1 fashion podcast in the world.
Yes.
And listen, bitches, they make them for our size.
You know, I want to bring that up when you said that, because that's interesting, because one of the comments that somebody put on one of our posts was that I can't wear any of Paul's dresses because he only makes dresses for skinny bitches, and I'm so worried, like he doesn't make any plus size. And I was like, what? Who would write a comment like that? And you're living proof.
Listen, honey, I always say that I am a size 2. I just have a 0 on the back side of the 2, where Christian Alfonso has an O on the front side of her 2. So, but let me just tell you, he makes fabulous dresses. I had friends who came, I had family, in fact. They were from Tennessee. They came with us that time.
Yes.
So he's making another dress for me. At this point, he starts off with a piece of, he starts sticking things in my bra and moving like this, and he pinned on a dress. They were standing there like this.
Right.
They were so...
Their mouths were dropped.
They were so amazed because standing there in my underwear, he's seen more of me than
Thank
you are.
God you wore one
You know
that
what?
time.
But Patrika, you know what? It's I think the difference with Paul is that he can do a skinny gown, he can do a mid size, he can do a medium size, he can do a plus size, but you still look fat. You don't look like you're plus size. You like snatched and put together, and you look fucking amazing.
I think what happens sometimes, and I fall into the same category at times, excuse me, because of our sizes sometimes, we think that blousey stuff is going to make us look great.
Right.
No. He designs for your figure.
He does.
Now, if your figure is a size 2O or an O2, he's designing for your figure. So you look back at the gowns that he's done for me. Do you have a picture in the purple?
We do. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll show it.
It's
for our audience.
It's like
Stunning.
that gown comes down. I have a waist. My boobs are perky. Even though he's yelled at me, you need a tighter bra, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, you know, and
We've had conversations about
we've had
those
conversations.
girls.
I'm too damn old to be putting all that push me, pull you underwear on, but I do it for him. So, and I look damn fabulous after I've done it. So it's good. But yes.
What was the gown that you wore, if I remember correctly, when you went to the Vienna Ball? What was that?
That was your red ball, and I didn't know how cold it was, and so I had to go buy a shawl to put on. He yelled at me because he couldn't see all of the dress, and I was like, "Fuck you, I'm freezing." So anyway, but listen, I've had a mauve dress, I've had a pale blue dress, I've had
Royal blue.
But when you went to the
Had
Austrian
purple.
ball, you were on a plane with like a bunch of huge...
oh Lord, they were all the performers and stuff like this, and we thought we could sleep on the plane. Well, that ain't happening.
Who did you fly over with?
I don't know. Well, the first class was up there somewhere doing the hoity-toity people.
Who were the hoity-toity people?
Well, that was Jenner, Miss Jenner.
Kris
Oh,
Jenner.
Kris Jenner.
Kris Jenner Caitlyn Jenner?
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn, and then, oh God, I'm bad with names.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, was she there that
Yeah,
time?
she was
Oh,
there.
my God, I just stormed up there. Anyway, then there was, because she's a little plus size
Yes.
too. I love her, and she's so honest about it. You know what? She might be a little off when she has that, but you know what?
Yes.
We all have mental health issues at times, let's face it.
Sure.
But God bless her for embracing it and talking about it.
I think so.
And letting other people know
That people are, they're people just like us.
They're people
Yeah.
just like us.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digressed. Anyway, also, what's her face? The guy that bit off the chicken's head. What, you know him.
Oh yeah, of course. Everybody knows the guy that took out chicken's
And
head.
she did
Ozzy Osbourne.
there you go, Ozzy's daughter, the purple-haired one.
Kelly Osborne.
Kelly
There you go.
Osborne.
Didn't I tell you I was on? I don't know all this shit. But anyway, so she was on the plane. They're all down in first class. I'm back there in
Take another sip. You need another sip.
I'm back there folded up in this little seat like this, and I have the most gorgeous bodied people I have ever seen. And they're all either doing each other in the seat, or drugs, or putting on makeup.
Why wasn't I there?
It was unbelievable. And then before we could get to where we were going, we had to stop at another place and have some damn parade on the thing out there. I don't know. It was crazy.
I saw the parade. That was beautiful.
The whole
on the way.
They're just, first of all, they were fashionable. On the way
Yeah.
back, everybody could go to sleep because people were like passed out.
But it was a quick turnaround.
It
You guys
was.
jumped. They threw a bunch of celebrities on a plane, flew you there. You did the ball, and they flew you back.
It was chaos at
Well,
times.
and they did each other along the way.
But they had fun.
fun.
But
yes.
was that not one of your favorite?
You know,
things
I
you've
had
ever
the
been
best
to?
time, and I'm so grateful that we got. It was all for us. We only thing we did is pay our own hotel room. That
Yeah.
was it. The rest of the trip was all.
Why would
paid.
you even have to pay a hotel room
I
when you
coulda
could have
worked
been
the block.
shacking up with somebody
I
else?
know,
Hello,
well, honey,
Patrika,
they
there
were-
was missed opportunities
Excuse me.
there.
My missed opportunities were the fact that we go, Anthony was, because he was taking care of me, he could have had more opportunities than he ever knew what
I'm
to do.
sure.
He was like, like this. I mean, they were the ones that had that chisel thing that goes,
Sickening. Just sickening.
you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Like you could
exactly.
eat off their abs.
Oh, you can eat off.
You could lick 'em all night.
Oh my God in heaven! It was, and asses that could crack walnuts. I mean, they were unbelievable. I'm telling you right
Yeah.
now, it was unbelievable.
I don't think those bitches eat.
They were eaten, but maybe it wasn't the part they should have been eating. It was like, uh-oh.
I just got that. Oh my God.
I know.
Oh my God. I remember last night.
I wasn't with you. What the hell was that about?
Oh, shut up. I digress. You
Oh my
digress.
God.
Okay.
I want to know, okay, because I have to say, I'm upset for you right now. I am upset for you, and let me tell you why. Because I think you did some of your best work on Days of Our Lives last year, and you should have been fucking nominated for a daytime Emmy this year, and I don't know why you weren't nominated.
Well, honey, there only is 6 spots like that, and
Okay.
people get and guest star is men against women.
And she
That
didn't want to
should
sleep
never-
with the people
Wait,
that were
so
being
you're
nominated?
competing against the men too?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, I didn't know
Kevin
that.
Spiritus and I were in the same category competing.
Your
against
husband?
him. Yeah. So Kevin did get the nominations. Congratulations.
Good.
And,
Yeah. He was great in it.
Yes, I mean we had a great storyline and stuff like that, but it
Tell
wasn't,
our audience
it
for
wasn't my
what they
time.
don't know what the storyline is
It was
for Days.
it was a fact that Kevin and I had been married for over 35 years.
Right.
And he comes out as gay.
You turned a man gay?
No, he was gay before we started. He talks about the fact he had thoughts when he was younger, but he didn't embrace them. And truly, we were happily married.
How was the
And,
sex?
his sex? I don't know.
You.
My sex? Well, honey,
With him.
excuse me. I have 2 children. What do you think?
You do?
Oh, I do. And
Yeah, they were a power couple on the
we
show
were, honey,
for
we were
years.
big time. Yeah.
Wow, those gays
And
know how to do it.
They do. They don't just get on and off. They like make you scream. I'm telling you right this moment because they're having a hell of a good time. Anyway.
Yeah.
So it was a wonderful gay storyline about how somebody's been married a long time and they come out. And there are also women who suddenly realize, this ain't for me. I like her.
But
so,
the thing I liked about it is because there has been other gay storylines on soaps, but this I think was groundbreaking because it was the first time in a soap where somebody that's been married to a woman has been this like amazing couple for 30 plus years suddenly realizes he's gay and comes out and the whole family is just in chaos.
And I think it was the opportunity of meeting someone who suddenly made them realize
who they were.
who they are
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
who they've always been, but
Right.
kept themselves. And it's so cliche to
He's
say
a great
closeted,
performer,
but
though.
Yeah,
I mean, he played a straight guy so flawlessly.
and-
I would have never known he was gay. I mean, I saw him in the alley a couple of times on his knees, but I thought that's, that wasn't.
Oh my God! More information
what I
than I
mean?
needed. No, yeah, but you know what? He's also a big Broadway star. He's done
Yeah.
that. He does his own show. He's wonderfully talented. When we were together, the Wesleys were always doing something fabulous together, and it was terrific. So anyway, I'm going to digress and go back to winning Miami. After that, I was invited to Bold and the Beautiful.
Okay.
And then I did that.
And you played Spectra.
in Spectra, and we did that for over a year. But I guess the story had to change because one of the guys that was supposed to be the love interest and things going on decided he wanted to leave the show. So the Spectras that flared up, they got.
You were Courtney Hope's grandmother, right?
Yes.
How does anybody ever want to leave a soap opera show when they die and come back? When they die and they come back as a twin? When they die, they kill them off and they come back anyway as a ghost?
Well, on
when
Days,
they die
just
and they
have
come back
Dr.
as a
Rolf.
different character?
On Days, they have Dr. Rolf that just brings them back to life.
Well, I know, but you also have to remember, you who are watching this show, you created them. You are making them stars. So remember to subscribe,
Rate,
review,
turn up,
do everything, turn up the volume, ring his bell, whatever.
Yes, and-
Ring my bell.
and don't forget to wake up the dead
And
grandmother.
to wake up the dead grandmother, and listen, I wish
Wake
I
that
could wake
bitch
my
up.
dead grandmother up. She was a big Y&R fan.
Really?
And suddenly from Bold and the Beautiful, I got to do Young and the Restless. So wake up, Grandma. Rate this show. Anyway, so
Thank you.
It is, and many congratulations to you. I don't want to get maudlin here. Take it away.
No,
but-
we're so we're
you.
so proud of doing something that we care, that we're so passionate about.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. It's something interesting and new for me completely from the TV aspect of it, because it's a side that I didn't understand, but now I can appreciate and really get to know the work that's going into it. And I love the fact that we're doing it together.
Yeah, I
and
do.
that's important.
It
and
is, it's
sharing
fun.
it with all our
Well,
friends.
it is. It's with family and stuff. So
I think this was really kind of groundbreaking too, because it seems like the stuff that you're doing is pretty groundbreaking. I know that a lot of times soaps will do cross promotion and go, but your character of Shirley Spectra.
Spectra.
I'm sorry, Shirley Spectra, which is Sally, right? Sally's grandmother.
I'm Sally's grandmother.
Got it.
And the original Sally Spectra, Darlene Conley, was
She passed away,
she
right?
Passed away,
yes.
but she was the original Sally and loved and adored. But when that story ended, as I digressed away from that, when he left the story, that kind of petered our story out.
Right.
And so later they were asked Sally.
Yes.
Courtney Hope to go over to Young and the Restless. And during COVID, I did like 3 episodes in my publicist's office on a telephone to do everything like that. So I really wasn't on the set, but I was part of the show, and I'm very grateful.
But I love
for
that.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting because they don't, actors will go and play another character role and they jump from soap to, jump for all the different soaps. But you did something totally different that nobody does, is you played the same role of Shirley Spectra in 2 different soap operas.
Yes, but I'm also along with the great, wonderful Sean Kanan, who is on both shows like that.
And the same role?
He's the same role.
He is?
Yes,
Okay.
He's the same role.
Okay.
I think it's Deacon Sharp is the
Okay.
name. But anyway, he's
Interesting.
been both there, and he's the father of, I forget. I get confused, but I'm old, but I'm adorable. But yeah, I mean, there's a couple that have crossed between,
Yeah.
especially between the CBS shows, because they're right across the hall from each other and stuff
Right.
like that.
Well, Days is the only NBC soap at all right now on
and
NBC.
it's not even NBC; it's Peacock.
And how was that when you found out that you're going to switch over from NBC to Peacock? Was the cast just like freaking out? Did they?
I don't think anybody freaked out about it. I think the fans more freaked out about it because suddenly it's a pay television.
Right.
They have to pay to see it anymore. But the thing is, it's been a good response from the fans because they can get up and drink their morning coffee and
Yeah.
watch the episode that has run, or they can watch every episode up to
Right.
that point. Or going to bed, brushing their teeth, they can finish so it's any time at all. So the bubbles, whatever I'm thinking, I might burp in a minute.
Take another sip.
No, because okay. Anyway, like this. Oh God, it's in my hand. Okay, I thought I just killed the sound guy.
But you know what? It's interesting is that I thought when they were going to switch over from NBC to Peacock, that I feel like, and I think I've heard this, the ratings are better and you have more people watching Days now on Peacock than ever before.
I think that there's more people doing it. They're signing up for it
Yeah.
because not only do they, at this point for NBC, you could watch your shows on NBC, but now if you're
Right.
on streaming, they also go over there, so you can watch those shows anytime you want to. So it opened more doors for the
You know
fans.
what
Is Days still on NBC or not at all? Just
Not at all.
completely Peacock.
They're only on Peacock.
Okay.
right
You know
this
what I
minute.
want to know?
What?
Who's the character that you wanted to sleep with on the show that you never got a chance to sleep with, that you thought,
I know, it's-
please make my character go sleep
Exactly.
with that guy? I want to be in bed with him. I want to feel him. Like, which one? Because you guys are all fucking each other. Basically.
That's
listen,
Vanderpump Rules.
Or
Days, not
Screw-
Days of
the
Our
other
Lives.
show.
Oh,
This is
sorry.
like this. Well, first of all, there's a lot of good-looking guys there, as you know.
They're
already
hot.
know. They're hot, hot, hot. You know what? I like looking at this point. I'm
Yeah.
pretty like a one woman, so I would have still been with Kevin regardless. I remember the first time we were in bed together, which was the first thing, because I thought I was coming on to serve beer and peanuts. Who the hell knew I was going to end up the full big, there
Yeah.
I was with him. And I can remember being in the bed like this, and I'm like, they said, have me play with your chest. Let me tell you, love scenes with 40 people telling you what to do is not good. But I'm like laying there and they want me to play with his chest, and I'm playing with his chest, and I'm going, oh, this is really nice. This is better than beer and peanuts. And all of a sudden I hear, Patrika, it's your line. I was like, oh, fuck. So I'd like gotten too involved in the chest hairs. But anyway, but you can
Yeah.
just take a look.
Do romantic relationships develop from when you know it's fake and you know you're just acting a role, and then next thing you know you leave the set and you're like, that kind of felt nice. I kind of
I think so. I mean, I think there's a number of people that have gotten married or
like showmances.
Showmances and stuff like that. But listen, again, like I said,
Because it's like a reality show.
Oh, it is.
But
I thought it was doing beer and peanuts. I'm climbing in bed with Kevin. He comes around the corner in a sock. Like this, I mean, listen, and they all do push-ups before they go on, so the blood is in all the muscles, so they look really damn good. And you're like this. It's crazy,
exciting, right?
It is fun. It is fun. It is fun, but it's a job still. I mean, we memorize over 40 pages a day.
Wow.
So if you're doing 3 shows a week, that's 120
You have to
pages.
memorize?
Yeah.
I have to come up with my own lines. Hello, that's so much
This
harder.
is not fair.
If you had to come up with your own line, it didn't have to come up with your own lines, you'd be on strike right now.
Yes.
Because you
That's
can't
right.
have a writer. Sorry.
Well, don't
And-
hate me because
so
I'm
if they're on
beautiful.
writer's strike right now, then the soaps are not running?
For Days of Our Lives, they're 6 months ahead, so it doesn't really
Okay.
phase them. The others are all about 3 or 4 weeks. But I think right now people are trying to find FICOR writers
Got it.
to write for them right this month. So I'm not really sure what the hell's going. Oh, what is that? Hello.
Oh, that's your
Right,
wire playing
the
with
wire
your
was
wire.
going to my hoo-ha. Anyway, so it.
Did it tickle you?
Would you go back to Days
did.
again? Would you go back to Days?
Of course I would.
Do you think they'll have you back?
To be honest, I don't know. I have to wait at least 6 months.
They didn't
to
kill
find-
you off, right? They've never killed you off.
No. I'm with Mike Horton now.
Yeah. What?
No, you didn't watch
You're
all of
what?
it?
No, I didn't see the end. I was watching it. I haven't seen the
I'm
end.
with Mike Horton right this moment, and
You are?
You're
Cougar.
sleeping with another man?
Then Chloe comes to visit me, and she says, "How are things going with you and Mike?" I said, "Very well."
Oh, wow. Days is
And
getting
so
saucy.
those that don't watch it, Mike Horton is the person that Kevin and I, my husband who's now gay, tried to make insane because we wanted my husband to be the chief of staff. I mean, that's how it works. All
So
the
you
time.
moved up.
I moved on up in the world.
Oh my God, good girl, like any good bitch would.
there you go.
He's gay. Hey, who cares? Go you go be you, but
love
I'm gonna do me.
I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna have him do me too.
Oh my God. That's fun.
It is.
I want to be on set one day when you're there. I totally want to be in.
Yeah,
one
I
of
think all the
those
rules have
scenes.
changed now. They don't let you on set
No, you
anymore
can't be.
because
Well,
of the
first of all,
COVID stuff.
Well, the COVID stuff started that, but it's also they've always been limited about who can come on.
Really?
Because every show is like 3 to 4 weeks or a month ahead, so they don't want something to leak out that and so suddenly what's going to happen in a month is on. They want to make sure the show is.
I will keep my mouth shut. I will
Excuse
not
me.
tell
Whoa,
anybody.
Wait, what? You?
Well,
Exactly. Thank you.
Hello,
You
not
heard
that-
it here first, audience.
No, I love
No.
you, but that ain't happening.
Never.
You'd be, oh my God, you're not going to believe what I just saw with
Yes,
Days of Our
I would be
Lives."
telling
Yes,
everybody.
I know you would, absolutely, because that's the kind of guy you are.
what's the one thing you would go back and change in your career that you think you could have done differently? You've had such a beautiful career, movies, TV, soaps, I mean, every kind of show, comedy, serious, right? What would you change about the way you've done things?
Oh, well, I'm not a woulda, coulda, shoulda person. So
Okay.
I can't go, I should have done this or I woulda, could have done that. I think the only thing I would have done was learn to wait tables better so I didn't have a 9-to-5 job. That I
Oh.
could have called my own things up like that.
Wow.
But I'm not a good waiter, and I'm also a bit, like, listen, you said you wanted mayonnaise, now you got mayonnaise. Do not tell me I got to take that sandwich back. So, you know what? And so that didn't work. That would have been the only thing. I think I've had a wonderful career. I think I'm where I'm supposed to be, and I'm not dead yet, so I know I'm going to keep on going.
I'll tell you
Good.
how I
I
know
like
you've
that.
had an amazing career, because when we came to your birthday party, the one that you just had recently,
Yes.
there was so many beautiful people with so much love
Yeah.
and so much gratitude to be there for you and to see you. And they've worked with you on so many different shows. They've worked with you on in different capacity.
Yes.
Some behind the camera, some in front of the camera, some that are family, some that are just co-stars in your life. And I saw the love in the room and how everybody was there to celebrate every single aspect of who Patrika Darbo's always
Exactly.
been to them.
I think that was the best part. It was I'm
Yeah.
truly blessed along those lines. But I think I give out what I want to get back.
Sure.
And I get it. So that's it.
We love you, Patrika.
I love you
We
back,
love
my
you
darling.
Definitely
so
love
much.
you. So we're going to do Runway Rundown, right?
Yes, this is okay. This part of the show, we call Runway Rundown, because we're the #1 fashion podcast.
I'm not
in the
wearing a
world,
train.
so-
It's okay.
Okay. What we're gonna do is Patrik's gonna explain it too.
Yes, I
We're gonna show you some photos, and we're gonna be criticizing them, and we want your input as well.
Okay.
The good, we call runway rundown, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're basically I'm gonna give the iPad to Paul. He's gonna look at the first picture. This first picture is from the Daytime Emmys.
Daytime Emmy.
This is a shining,
Oh!
actually no, this is the PrimeTime Emmys. I'm wrong. I stand
PrimeTime
corrected.
Emmys.
This is the PrimeTime Emmys. This was your Emmy win.
There is a goddess in this photograph.
And that's one of my favorite dresses
With her
Paul ever made
Emmy.
for you.
Look at your eyes sparkling. Your red hair, gorgeous, feathered all the way to the back. That lace sleeve. That's the kind of sleeve I did for Betty White when she was at the SAG Awards, actually. And you know who
Yeah.
commented on it? Helen Mirren.
Yes.
When I was sitting with her, she was like, "Oh, that sleeve is just divine." Of course, she's got this gorgeous accent, right?
Yes.
And look at the flow. And remember the high slit I gave you?
Yep.
That was beautiful.
What did you think of this
What's
dress?
the feeling?
Oh, I'm starting to get
I
verklempt
know,
right this moment.
starting to cry.
First, to be dressed that beautifully in a dress that hid the airline arms that could flag down a ship coming in, and that was the lace slip there. It fit my bodice. It fit there like this.
Yep.
The neckline was gorgeous.
Your décolleté is beautiful.
It was gorgeous, and to be holding the Emmy that I won. I mean, and to be in a fabulous dress and to have won is amazing.
I mean, this is a treasure for me because I know how much I love you. I know how we worked on it together. And I remember when you did the full turn in the store, when you first came out of the dressing room and you felt so beautiful and you didn't even have the Emmy in your hand. But I feel like every award show that all, my friends, all the celebrities that grace the red carpet go to.
Okay, bitches, and the one that wrote the letter about not doing plus size things, get a life, honey. Don't let anybody tell you can't. He can do big girls. There are a lot of people, a lot of designers are doing big girl things.
But you
like
don't
this
have,
one.
you could be any size.
Yeah,
Embrace the size.
Embrace who you are and stop bitching about it. The fact, he doesn't make a dress for me. Bullshit. There are people that do.
Yeah.
And he's one of them. And I'm very grateful. I love you both. And you need to get a life and get your shit together because nobody can tell you what to do or what size you should be. You are your own worst enemy. Get out of your way. Get out of your way.
I think that's one of the things.
Yeah, because he did Anna Nicole Smith when she was skinny, when she was overweight, all of it. He did
And
all
she
of
had
it.
big boobs all the
Yeah.
time, so it didn't really matter.
Honey, so do I. Sometimes I trip on them and they're like hubcaps up
Yeah.
here.
But the one thing I tell everybody about fashion itself is express yourself. It's
Yes.
about what you feel, and those feelings and moods change
I'm going to
every
cry again.
day.
I'm going to cry again. I am 75 years old. I grew up at a time where you had to have somebody make your clothes, which was my aunt, who was a fabulous seamstress, may she rest in peace. Or I had to wear navy blue serge. I had to wear, just nobody designed. You were unhealthy. Nobody designed for you. Nobody wanted to know about you. And now it's sometimes hard for me to embrace who I am and to go for it. And now I don't give a fuck. Okay?
Tell us how you really feel,
Yeah, I love
Patrika.
that.
I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you right now, own who you are, be who you are, and don't let anyone ever tell you can't have your dream or do what you want to do.
Because I don't think you could go wrong with fashion. The only thing you could do
Right.
is not do it. I think you're going to celebrate yourself, enjoy who you are, and as you go through different stages of life, own it, be it.
Right. But listen to your designer too, because sometimes you go, oh, I love that pale pink. And the designer will go, that doesn't really go with your skin. But honey, wear this hot green
Right.
over here. And you go, that's really bright. Maybe I shouldn't. Honey, shine. Wear that bright green dress and do what you
Absolutely.
listen. Fashion is like.
Do you know when he was making this gown, he said, she's going to win the Emmy.
Thank you.
He said it. I remember that. I absolutely remember that.
I mean, you're a winner no matter what. It wasn't like the dress. Because when you got up there and got the Emmy, it was already decided that you were going to be the winner. I didn't know it, but I knew you were going in as a winner and you were gonna shine.
Now I'm sorry, we gave you some good. Now we're going to give you some ugly.
Remember, fashion is in the eye of the beholder.
Oh wow!
But this
my eye
character-
hurts right now.
This character you played is iconic. Is that not Roseanne Barr?
Who is this?
That is me playing Roseanne Barr in Roseanne and Tom Behind the Scenes. That is the wedding dress that had the price tag. I'm weeping here out of my eyes here. That dress had a price tag. You know where they forget to take off that thing that has the thing? It was in there, and there's a scene in the movie where we're pounding on it with the thing trying to get it off. But yes, that was it. I tried to.
You look just like Roseanne.
You do.
That wig?
What was it like though playing Roseanne Barr? Because she's she's iconic.
Honey, it was good to be the queen. What the hell? Yes. Really? I mean,
that was before cancel culture.
Well, it's people get their panties in a knot over something like this. It's like, everybody has entitled to their opinion and what they do stuff. And you have to remember sometimes people say shit just to get attention.
Sure.
So it's like,
But what I don't understand is why they canceled her from the Roseanne reboot when she always had a mouth. She always talked shit. She was known for talking shit. She was known for opening her mouth and saying whatever.
Because
that's what people loved about her.
We've become too politically correct.
Yeah.
Now you're terrified to say certain things.
No, this is ugly. We can say it's ugly. It's fashion ugly.
Well, I don't know. The dress
is ugly.
The dress was kind of pretty. If you didn't have that face and those flowers, you might have seen a little bit more of it. But yeah, we've become a society of being too politically correct. Everybody's too afraid to say something for fear they're going to offend somebody.
Wait, how was it married to Tom for a while?
Well, that was Stephen Lee, and he has since passed. But he was brilliant.
So you turned one gay and you buried another.
Killed the other one.
Honey, the husband.
Jesus,
Nobody wants to be my husband because something's bad's going to happen.
She's a soap star.
A word for Mr. Horton.
What did you ever meet Roseanne Barr?
Yes, I met Roseanne.
Tell me about that.
Well, it's very. I was. I played on her show.
She's been to the boutique.
Yes.
She's been to the store with her mom even.
Oh, that's. I did. I did her show. I played Dan's dream lover on her show when it first started, the first show.
Okay.
And then
you mean Roseanne?
Yes, Roseanne. And then I didn't play Roseanne. I played Marge. I played Dan's dream lover.
Okay.
I ran the hardware shop, and Dan was dreaming about me in the hardware shop.
Oh.
So
I got to find that episode.
That's a very fun episode. And then I ran into her. We have doctors in the same building, evidently, and we ran each other on the elevator. And she was like, "I liked what you did, but you cried too much." So I said, "That's what the director."
Because she doesn't have an opinion, of course.
Well, no, not of course, no. Like this, but listen, I went to their big party they had. I was invited there, and then
Jesus, I'm not invited to any.
And then there I am holding her grandson, and she comes around. Why you got my grandson? It's like. Anyway, so she's always been very generous to me.
Yeah.
She crucified the lady that played the Fox version of her. On
Really?
Yeah, because there were two versions. Remember, Fox did one, and
you
NBC
did the one with Tom, right?
on NBC.
Yeah.
Yes. And she wasn't very kind to her.
Okay.
But she's very funny because she said she gave me my career. she told what's his face now, David Letterman, that she gave me my start in the career, which was wonderful because she was still in the trailer, not doing anything when I was started. So and I'm older, so it's good for me to say that. But she's always been very kind to me. And generous and stuff, and
she's a very sweet person.
Well, she's she's a creative genius.
She is, but what?
And
but do you think it's fair what they did to her?
I don't know all the circumstances, so it's hard for me to say. And I could be invited to be on the show, so I don't want to say anything bad about the show.
No, I get it. But
you know what I'm saying? So I truly don't know what the circumstances were. I know there's a lot of BS going on about it and stuff like that, but I mind my own business in most cases, so I don't know.
She's
so
Switzerland.
So
I
I'm
love
Switzerland.
that. Another iconic show that you did, which I was a huge fan of, which I honestly think started the whole Housewives franchises. You were in Desperate Housewives.
Oh, I was.
Oh my God! Do you remember? I said, "Bitch stole my job." I was like, "What are you doing?"
I remember you told me you're going to be in Desperate Housewives.
And I was the seamstress, and it's so interesting.
You don't even know how to fucking pin.
Shut up. So, so I went on there, and I was. I forgot her.
Eva Longoria.
Eva Longoria.
I was Eva Longoria doing her stuff.
Yep.
And then I was Vanessa Williams at the last show. I got it. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. He invited me back to be at the end episode of the things like that.
Nice.
And then I got
Mark Cherry, right?
Yeah, yes, Mark Cherry. And then I got who is so wonderfully talented, not just a writer, but I mean, he did a wonderful stage thing that raised money for us. Anyway, I digressed on that, but he also had me come and do The Maids in.
I remember that.
Yeah, so I got to do that too. So
you you went
honestly,
from being a designer tailor to a housekeeper?
I know I was a butcher.
the butcher.
I handled meat.
The way you're going through, husband.
Oh, baby. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna do one more.
Okay.
This one, you know, I always love it because I think you wear the kookiest necklaces in this character and the kookiest clothing.
It has to be B&B.
Bold and the Beautiful, you got it. It's
The colors, it's just this character.
This is Shirley Spectra,
Yes,
right?
this
Yes.
is-
This character is so outlandish that I think it puts fashion in its proper context. Because look at all the colors. Look at all the beauty you've got.
Well, the young lady that was the designer and head of wardrobe was very creative, and she always had. If she got something for me, feathers were added to it.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
she got
Well,
this,
you know, I used to do a lot of the
you did
clothes
that. You
for
had told
Bold
me
and
that like
Beautiful.
this.
Yes.
So yes, she was very. I always had some kind of wild outfit or something going on like this, which only made me. It helped me as a character to continue.
Gives
to
you the
use it.
confidence,
It gives
right?
You, it
Yes.
gives you the absolutely. Fashion does at this point does give you this. I mean, I have jewelry and weird stuff, and they knew that I had an allergy, so they didn't do that. And they had some pieces of twisted silver I like to wear because it's brass.
Yeah, yeah.
And the twisted silver people gave things to wardrobe so that I could wear
So
some
you
of their
could
stuff.
wear it.
Yeah. So I mean, it was just a terrific thing. So. But
But you're
that,
such
that's
a
not
beautiful-
even one of the that's not even one of the wildest things.
No.
So,
But
yeah.
how was it working with Courtney Hope? Because you know Paul made a couple gowns for her.
Well,
for
she's
the
like
Emmys.
my granddaughter, really.
She is
truly.
a sweetheart.
She's so amazing, and she's so healthy. She's so into running and jumping and dancing. And
She was at your birthday
and
party.
yes,
I know.
well, she is.
I remember you went to their wedding, Chad and Courtney's
I
wedding.
went, which was,
Which I don't understand. 3 months later, they divorced.
I don't,
I
know.
don't get that.
Honey, listen, and again, like I'm Switzerland, because I don't know what the total circumstances are. But regardless of being Switzerland, I'm more in Courtney's cart because she's my granddaughter, and I will defend her to the death.
Sure.
But it was a beautiful ceremony, so I.
Chad-
Steampunk,
Chad
right? They had a
is so cute,
They had a
though.
steampunk wedding.
They did. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
I dressed steampunk. I should find a picture of that for you. That's pretty
That
wild.
was fun. I remember
we
the
had-
outfit.
We had
You
pretty
sent
good.
it to me.
We
Yep.
were out in the West Valley, someplace that was colder than the Bat Sass. But she was so smart. She ordered all these shawls, so everybody got a shawl to keep. If there was, it was beautiful. And her dress was this gorgeous, fluffy dress. But then she took off all this stuff, and she's
Yeah.
in this kind of bodysuit.
I have to
Oh,
say though,
my
when I
God.
saw Courtney at your birthday, she seemed so happy, so content, so like
Yeah.
zen, like she's together.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm glad about that
I
because
think-
she's adorable. I
well, I'm
adore
even
her.
more glad that she's her own person.
Right.
She's kind, and she came on. I was a governor for the Television Academy,
Mm-hmm.
and we have different peer groups, and ours was the performance peer group, and Courtney was part of my PGEC, which is my executive committee.
Yep.
And because she wants us to learn, she's so into knowledge and learning about the
Yes.
business and what goes on and things like that, and that's been the best part. And peripherally, I can see our producer going,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what this means because I don't do sign language, but
Right.
I think it must mean hurry up, you're past the time, let's go. So
I actually went to set when she was on set one
Yeah.
time. Yeah, and she's such a professional.
oh,
She is.
such a
and
professional.
so talented,
Yeah.
and so talented, yes.
We always do a game with our guests, and this game is called Soaps Dead or Alive. So
We're
gonna
getting
ask
the water
you-
because I don't watch.
we are going to ask you a question, and you're going to give us an answer.
I will do my
And related
best.
to soaps, dead
Here
or
we go,
alive.
okay.
Paul, you want to do the first one?
Okay, so dead or alive? Kristen Alfonso.
Oh my God, he's changing it again.
Yes.
Dead or alive?
Oh my God, well, she's alive.
I know, but is she dead to you or is she alive?
Oh, honey, she's alive to me. She's absolutely adorable. You know, the woman could eat me under the table. That sounded really rude, but she like can pack.
Did she eat you under the table one time?
Honey, she can she can pack stuff
Wait,
away.
did you just
She's-
say eat, she can eat you under the table?
did.
This sounds like a Vanderpump Rules episode.
Okay, she's amazing. She maintains her figure. She exercises. She works out.
Yes.
But she has never been anything but kind to me and warm to me.
Looks the same
and
always. I can't
But you know
believe
what's
that
weird
woman.
is she said when she was leaving Days, she would never come back.
well, you never say never, but she didn't come back to Days at first. She went back to the other show.
And then
'Cause
came back.
Oh,
today.
Beyond Salem.
Beyond Salem.
Oh,
And-
so technically she.
No,
Okay.
I mean she's always been wonderful for me. I mean, I had my self-conscious moments when I first started in '98 about
Yes.
my size and what was going on. She said, honey, when they made my wedding dress, when I first got married to Beau, we were in Europe, or they were in England, I think, at this point. She said, poor Richard had to make my dress 4 sizes. He had to add panels because I was
She was heavier when she was first Hope
and
Brady.
she was so nervous and worried
Yeah.
about it or stuff that. And the one thing that a lot of us can control in our lives if we have problems is what we put in our mouth, what we eat. Because if we get nervous, we're not all alcoholics. We're not all, I'm going to go buy something new. Some of us just say, that donut looks good and that piece of steak looks good. And I'm going to have those fries over here. Oh, McDonald's, that kind of stuff. So, but was always wonderful to me. So she is
always
definitely
looked so beautiful.
She
and
is. She
elegant to me.
inside and out to me. She's always
Yeah.
been.
So
she's alive to
you.
me for sure.
Okay, I got one. Dead or alive, Deidre Hall, Marlena Evans Brady.
Deidre is alive to me. She is.
She's so Switzerland.
She's well.
Give us some dirt.
Well, I would. Give
One
you some,
ate you.
well,
What did the other
Okay,
one do?
I've heard that Deidre is not the easiest person to work with.
She's not the easy person, and I don't think she intentionally, but then again, she may have. When I first started on the show, she brought me a Tybo tape and told me to exercise. And so that was
In fashion language, we call her bitch.
well,
You know what? My thing about Deidre Hall is I always, again, grew up watching Days of Our Lives with my mom. I always loved Dr. Marlena Evans. Loved her.
Is she really a doctor, though?
And, yeah, on the show. But
Yeah,
I
she-
loved Deidre Hall.
When my husband went gay, she took care of me. Yes, go ahead.
Exactly. And I loved her. And then I met her at several gifting suites, different times. We'd talk, we'd take pictures, that kind of a thing. And then one of them, I said, we'd love to put a gown on you. How do we get a hold of you? And she gave me her email to her publicist. And I thought that was a little bit like after I'd met her like 4 or 5 times, like if I've met you one time and I'm coming up to you, I get it. But if I've met you 4 or 5 times, you're giving me an email to a publicist, I thought a little slighted. And it really hurt my feelings because I always loved Deidre Hall, always worshipped, looked up to her.
Her phone was disconnected.
And then I felt
so-
like she just kind of like kicked me. And then another time too at a gifting suite, remember when she like walked right in front of me and pretended like she didn't even know me? That hurt my feelings.
She probably didn't remember. She does that to everybody.
She does.
Uh-oh.
No, I know Patrika's telling me by the look that this is normal behavior.
I mean, listen,
Everybody has a different personality.
Well,
and you
everybody,
can't judge.
it's hard for me to say. I think in a lot of situations, and not just daytime, that our producers create monsters.
Okay.
And they allow them.
Not
to get-
here. Let me tell you, this bitch is telling us what to do. Not
But
here.
a lot of times, she's a very popular one. I mean, she went from daytime. She had her own primetime show at the same
Right.
time, and then the daytime. She just did her 5,000th episode. So.
Wow.
She's a remarkable actress.
Well,
She is good.
She's been,
Yeah.
she's amazing, and
Yeah.
so I can't take anything away from there. But she is cold at times.
She is.
and
And it hurt my feelings because, again, I'm very sensitive. I'm a Cancer.
and I sometimes think that people are that stars sometimes don't. They don't recognize or realize that they've just hurt somebody. That's the reason they've been doing their 5,000 show.
Exactly.
So, and it's not just Deidre. I've run into that in several cases. So, there's a lot of times where I'm like going, okay, I'm a guest on this show. Please let those people be nice because I love this show and I really don't want them to be a bitch.
That's funny that you just said that.
I know who you're gonna
It's
think
the
of.
Same thing.
I know who you're gonna
that
say.
When they walk in the door here in Beverly Hills, here's what happens. I watch the show. I love them on the show, the character that
Yep.
they portray. Then they come to the boutique and then they don't know it's me. And then they see me and all of a sudden I lose interest in them because their person, the real person, is not a nice person.
I thought you were going to
And
say.
I'm not going to say the name. That's one. There's several. But they are so bitchy. And I'm thinking to myself,
No.
you know what, bitch? I used to like you. I used to like the character you play. Thank God they're writing those lines for you. And you're a horrible
I'm going to
human.
say, we were at an event in Beverly Hills, and I always thought, okay, this is going to be so cool to finally meet this person when I heard she was going to be there. Britney Spears. And she was so nasty and mean to us. And Paul
To
and I
our
were
friend,
in the...
not
and-
to us.
Yeah, and we're in the... No, well to us
Well,
too. She was
to our
very
friend.
dismissive. But I'm thinking to myself, bitch, I'm in the green room like you. And that's the impression I got from Deidre, and I didn't
There was only
like that.
4 of us.
Bless her heart. She's had some problems.
Are we talking about Brittany?
And we're talking Brittany.
Oh, she's had some problems.
She's had some problems. So bless her heart. Just move on. Just move on like this.
He's
you know
very
what?
sensitive. He harbors these feelings.
Well,
and
we
I
all
don't think
keep
these
things.
people mean to
honey,
be a bitch. They just
I'm
are.
so nice, Brittany. Why are you such a bitch to me?
Well,
really?
that's when you have
She
to.
was.
That's when you have to go like this. Oh, hon, are you off your meds?
That's what I said.
You
No,
know.
I think she was on her meds. A lot of them.
Well, you know.
Oh my God.
Because you can also turn around and go, "Are you talking to me?"
Dead or alive?
Okay, I'm ready.
Next.
John Aniston. Jennifer Aniston's father.
I love him.
May he rest in peace.
He just passed away.
Yes, and
Yes.
he he could tell the best jokes ever, and he had the driest sense of humor, and he was always so kind, not just to the fellow performers, but the cast, who the fellow performers,
Yeah.
but the crew, the people who did
So
his
he
hair
was
and makeup.
unlike Deidre Hall.
Yes, true. You're just you're bitches. Yes.
Did Jennifer Aniston ever come to the set?
No.
You never met
never
Jennifer
met
Aniston?
Jennifer, no. And I never did Friends. I don't know what.
Well,
that's
because
Why?
because I don't think back in the day they used to have like bring your family or bring your kid to work day.
The only time they really do that is at Christmas, where if they've got little kids, they have them come in to where the Christmas tree is, and Santa reads
Oh, how
things and
sweet.
stuff like that. So Days has always done that.
Well, because it's
the
an adult
cherished
show.
and the cherished ornaments that they've always done with their family is
I mean,
a beautiful thing.
But
Think
John
about
Aniston was on the show for
Forever,
Ever,
and ever
right?
and
He was
ever.
one of the
And,
longest ones.
I think one of the most fun things was this past season. We were at his house.
You got to work with him this last
we,
season.
and this is when we're working in his house. We're
Yeah.
doing in our character. He's his character, and we're playing cards, and he's like insulting.
I
us.
remember
And
the
that
poker
was-
game. I loved it.
He was
yes.
absolutely amazing, and I'm very blessed to have been able to work with him and to know him as a friend. Yes.
Wow.
Isn't that beautiful
It
to
is.
know that you have all these
Yes.
relationships that most people can only dream of, but you've lived it, and
Well,
that's
and it's always
exciting.
one. I mean, meeting Clint Eastwood, meeting John Malkovich, who was, I mean, those were fabulous things. Working
Make
with,
my day.
yeah, I know, like this, and
Is that what he
Sandy
said?
Bullock.
Oh.
Sandy Bullock. I
Yeah.
mean,
Because
I've
you were in
worked-
Speed too.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love that.
I mean, I got to work with so many wonderful people.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, I'm always going into the thing going, please let them be nice. Please let them be nice. Like this.
And Sandy was nice.
Oh, adorable. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, we call her Sandra. They're on, like, you know,
Sandy.
Sandy and I. What'd you have for lunch with Sandy?
Okay, I've got one more.
Okay.
Shirley Spectra, dead or alive?
Shirley Spectra.
Spectra. I'm
Please
sorry. I
get our
keep saying
names right because
Spectra.
I don't want to have to hurt you.
Okay.
Yes, she is very much alive for me. It was a fabulous character, and she may be invited to do Young and the Restless in the future. I mean, I would hope so. If my granddaughter's having a baby, she should have her family there. What the hell is that about?
Okay.
Anyway, so
You know
yes.
what? I'm not going to ask anymore because
Yeah, you got Sally Spectra.
no. You know what? Who's fucking dead to you? That's what I want to know.
Okay,
no
tell
one's
us.
dead to you.
Who is dead?
Tell
to
me somebody who's dead to you.
I don't really. Have
I need to know. People want to know. Inquiring
Well,
minds.
Peter
are
Raquel, did they bring
asking.
him back again as
You know
Bo
what?
Grady?
Listen, I had fun with Peter when he was there, but I haven't worked with him since he's been back.
Okay.
I mean, I've had a lot of wonderful. Stefano.
Kill somebody!
Stefano's dead. I mean, I had
Yeah.
Joe
Joe Muscolo,
Joe
right?
Muscolo
Muscolo?
was just wonderful. At
Brilliant
this point.
actor.
Amazing, and that wasn't his accent you heard all the time when he suddenly.
Really?
That was his
No,
made
that
up
was his
accent. That
made-up
always
accent.
and then he left the set, and you go, who the hell are you?
Because we met him. We met him several times at
He's
the
wonderful.
and Teo, we met Teo.
And Teo's darling and stuff like
and
that.
he's so
but honey,
mean on the
listen,
show,
wait,
and
just
he's
let me
so
just
nice
go
in
like this.
person.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Holy crapola.
Yeah.
I mean, he was another one of those where you'd like this.
Yeah.
Like this. Yeah, I mean, it's very hard. I think Greg Rickard, who played the bad guy,
Yes.
Lewis, what the hell was his name? Anyway, he's not dead to me either because he was so nice and he was a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Why
it's-
did they change the character of Dr. Rolf?
That I don't know because
The other one is alive still. The
Well, I
original
mean,
Dr.
maybe
Rolf,
he was
right?
having, honey, sometimes when you get old, people go, he's taking too long to learn his lines. I don't know what the hell the
Can
problem
I
was.
tell you that I remember when there was an older lady who'd been there forever, and they used to prop her up and put her in the chair out of respect to the.
That was Frances.
Frances, yes. And Frances, honey.
And she was.
Frances would have loved being on the bitches because she was the bitches. She knew how to do stuff. I mean, she was
one of the first
stage actress, and she
yes.
was active in her union. She was something else, and she took no prisoners.
And to this day, don't they still have McDonald Carey as the voice of Days of Our Lives?
Always. I think out of respect, they always have him doing that, and because that's what the audiences grew up on, the grandmothers and the great-grandmothers who let their children watch it and go on.
But when I watch Beyond Salem, is that not Deidre Hall's voice doing the
I've never watched an episode,
I think she's
so
doing
I have
the intro.
no idea who that is.
I think Deidre Hall does the intro for Beyond Salem.
No, she could. I don't know.
Here's the crazy.
An
She is
extra
the queen.
paycheck.
She's the queen.
we kind of do reality, I guess that's what this
Kinda.
is called, right?
Yeah.
And I watch the shows and I go, oh my God, that they're living out the real life that most of us either dream about, are living it, or didn't even know it's about to happen to us. And
Exactly.
they're doing it.
Well, if you really think about it,
those writers are brilliant.
Well, 30 and 40 years ago,
Yeah.
the soaps ruled the world.
They did.
I mean, they made all the monies for the networks, and there were like 20 of them, and some of them came from radio night.
Search for Tomorrow.
Secret something. I don't know.
Yep.
But they all were there, and now there's only 4 left out of, when I started it was 18. 25 years later, there's only 4 left. So it's, I think everything ages, everything's going on. I think these 4 soaps are around to stay.
That's what I'm saying. My last question for you is, are these soaps here to stay?
I think these are real to stay. But when you think about it, people always go, the soaps. I don't want to watch the soaps. Excuse me, are you watching...
Vanderpump Rules.
Well,
it is a soap opera. They're all screwing each other.
Well, that is the kind of thing, but that is true. But when I'm talking about regular network television, Grey's Anatomy is a soap opera.
All of them.
You've seen everything. They're all soap operas, except they get 10 days or 15 days to shoot this. We shoot 1 movie script a day.
Wow.
And sometimes
sometimes
we don't get a second take because they're moving so fast.
How do you remember the lines?
I don't ever leave my sofa. I'm like,
really?
Like this. So I'm very blessed to be asked to do it. It's some of the toughest work I've ever done in my life.
Sure.
I would rather be back on Step by Step, where the show I read on Monday.
I remember Step by Step.
Oh my God! Or the commercial. You're in a national commercial. What's that one?
Yeah, what's the commercial this morning? I just saw you on TV.
No, I didn't do it. I don't have a commercial.
Yeah, you're behind the fence and the guy talks to you.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
That's an insurance commercial.
Insurance, I think.
Well, I did the cat commercial. Is that the one you're talking
yes,
about?
the cat. Yes,
I did the cat, but that's no longer running. No,
I
it's
just
like
saw
this.
it.
No, the cat commercial can't
She's
be.
like, wait, where are my residuals?
No, they let me
Somebody's
go.
calling their agent.
They ended it. Well, I don't know, honey, because
Maybe a while ago.
because that's been a while.
that.
So yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, so I mean, I've got versatility. Honey, like I told you, I was a sheep in one thing. I did Johnny Depp's show doing when he did Rango, which was an experience.
You were the voice.
I was one of the voices, and I was 3 voices in that one. So
Wow.
yeah. So I mean, I'm very grateful, and I'm not dead yet. And if the part comes up, I'll beat myself out of the coffin to get that.
There you go.
So that's it. So
I love it.
Live your dreams. Don't tell people you can't have them.
I love it. Has he read your coffee cup before?
No.
I don't think he
For
has.
all the dinners you've been at the house, I've never read your coffee cup.
Isn't that
No,
crazy?
you never did that. You made this
Wow.
great spaghetti thingy that was so damn good.
His Armenian spaghetti's amazing.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Any Armenian thing I do is amazing.
I can vouch for that.
I'm trying to let it dry for a second because I don't want it to run back down because I see some really, really interesting things in here.
So while he's doing that, what are you working on now?
I'm getting ready to do, and at this point, because I've had a half a glass of wine,
Yes.
I can't remember quite the name of it, but I'm getting ready to do a podcast.
Okay.
But it's a crime podcast.
Ooh.
It's going to be like an old-fashioned radio show solving a crime.
Love it.
So it's going to be doing that with
Okay.
Jillian Clare created it with her partner,
Okay.
and Susan Bernhardt is another one of the producers.
You
on
know
it.
who loves the crime podcast? Renee Zellweger. She loves the crime podcast.
Well,
Yeah.
she'll love this probably going on, but we'll be entered in the ISAs next year.
Okay.
You
You host the ISAs every year.
Well, not every year, but I
This
have,
year you did.
This year I did again, but the best thing to do is see if your podcast can qualify in there, but it might not. But
Okay.
there are so many of them. There's places to go and stuff, and this is a fabulous show. So remember, what was this one?
Exactly.
What is this one?
I don't know.
Listen,
Rate, review,
Oh
subscribe.
my God, he's like.
Rate, review, subscribe, bitches.
There you go. Okay, fine.
Hit the notification bell. Wake up your dead grandmother. Make her fucking subscribe.
Yeah, and please remember
God, you
that this
sound
is the
so
most fabulous
exciting.
episode you've ever seen in your life.
And comment. We'll comment back.
Oh my
will.
God. Patrika, I'm going to start reading your cup, but here's what I see.
Oh God, she's gonna cry.
There's a road that's opened up for you. This road is leading you from inside your house, out of your house, to a place that you've never explored before. This road is taking you on a journey that is so beautiful that I think it's going to take you back to so many moments in your life that you either forgot,
I love this.
can't remember, want to relive again,
Wow.
just was a place in your life that you really feel connected to. There's something about this journey that you're embarking on that seems so satisfying in a whole different context.
I know what this is.
I don't know if
You were
it's
telling
a
me.
role. I don't know if you're playing another role in this movie or real life or television, but it's going to be the journey of your life because it's going to encompass, and look at it. You're standing right here, very firm. See, top to bottom, and that's the road.
Wow.
And the road starts and ends with you. So you get to dictate every single
I like
move.
dictating. Go ahead.
I like dictating.
Inside your house, you have a lot of things going on. There's a lot of, I don't want to use the word turmoil, but there's a lot of changes. There's a lot of changes. There's things are placed in places that you don't remember. You don't know how. There are things in like arenas that are happening, and you have to be able to make sure that you're on top of it. There's a lot of things happening. Your houses used to be like this narrow little hallway. Now it's expanded into this huge one big room that you're trying to contain somehow. And this containment is you see how it's gotten wider? This containment is a whole new challenge for you.
Wow.
There are two people, well, I guess, yeah, because it's you and Rolf in the house. There's two people almost like holding hands in front of each other, like this, bracing, and then just figuring things out. It's really, really interesting. Do you see? There's you on the left, and there's him on the right, and there are your hands in the middle holding each other. And it's almost like reminiscent
How many
of,
years have you been married?
50.
50 years.
it's reminiscent of a relationship that you understand, and all you have to do is like look into each other's eyes, and you're able to really identify with the feelings and the emotions that you're going to go through with next. But it's such a harmonious and beautiful home that you guys have created. But this journey that you're about to embark on right here is something that you've never done before. And if it's either a role of a lifetime, it's either something that you've wanted that you didn't know you could ever get, but now is the right time that it's like knocking on your door and they're like, you know what, Patrika, you're it. You're the girl. You're the person we've been waiting for.
Do you think you know what it is?
Well, there's two things there.
Okay.
We talked about before the show ever started, an idea I have for a podcast,
Okay.
and that she's going to be my producer.
Okay.
So, you lost, and we may come here and do it. So we have all this fashion around us, like this. Four drunk ladies just having a great old time up here with all the fashion.
Love
and
it.
maybe we'll have Paul design dresses for all of us as we're there.
Okay.
Anyway, but also I'm planning a trip. I don't want to go into too much of it because I don't want to get emotional, but my husband's been diagnosed and he's not well. And he's also informed me he doesn't want to travel or do anything anymore. He wants to just be home.
Can you say what it was?
Well, he has Alzheimer's.
And my mother had Alzheimer's, so
he's in the beginning.
we're there for you on this journey. I want you to know that.
Thank you. For me, the hardest part is that I've always been the actor bringing in the money. He's
Yeah.
always been my business manager managing everything. I am computer illiterate. I don't understand stuff. And I'm now finding that he's not doing the things he used to do. He didn't pay our taxes, so I had to pay the government over $20,000.
I remember I was on the phone with you and you told me that.
And so now I'm trying to take that big room that's got everything going on and bring it back to the small rooms where I know what's going on, I think, which is the hardest. I'm very blessed in the fact that he still knows who I am and stuff. And to be really frank, at this point, I wish he would die of a heart attack, because the hardest part of this is to see the one that you love, who is so bright and so wonderful and knows everything, to not remember where I am right now.
It's hard.
So it's very hard. I know you went through
I don't know who to hug right now, because it's both of you.
Anyway, I didn't
But I
mean
want
to
you
bring
to
this
know,
down,
Patrika,
because the bitches do this to me all the time.
But
So
Patrika, we're there for you.
I know.
I have to say, when my mother passed,
you've always been there for me.
You were there
So,
for me
Thank
so
you.
much.
So I think we're like family for
I
sure.
don't care. I'm getting up and I'm going to fucking hug you. I love you. It's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay, honey. I know
We're going
that.
to get through it. We will.
Thank you for letting us the toilet paper roll come back. Anyway, I mean, I know you're there.
Might as well.
I think part of it was both his doctor and my doctor said, as the caretaker, that I need to do things for me at times. So I'm going to Europe in October. I'm taking a Rhine River cruise that I've never done before.
Good for you.
I have never been to these places
Shit,
before.
I'm not invited to that too. God.
Actually, she did invite us. She told us about it.
I did told you I was going. So I am doing things like that. Of course, I'm still auditioning when I can, but right now nothing's going on. So that's why I thought it's now time to create your own stuff and do things that you want. I have a couple projects that are with my partner in the writing aspect, and this other idea that your producer is going to be my producer on is just my idea, and I've got so much to go on.
I wasn't
with it.
even finished reading.
Oh my God.
There's so
Well, you
much
asked
happened.
me. You asked me if
Shit.
this was going on. Is there good stuff in there? Like.
But I have to say that when I'm looking at the inside of your house and just of everything that you just shared right now, I can see how all these things that are placed in so many different places have kind of come together, just like you described, trying to manage and figuring the components to be able to kind of put together, because that's what, but you are holding his hand, or he's holding yours. And I think as long as you guys have each other, I think you just have everything, right?
That's the most important thing to me right this moment, is that we don't have children. We have a beast for a dog, and but we're doing everything. And I think that that's an important thing at this point, that we're taking care of one another. The only thing that I can say that to anyone that faces this kind of thing is that you have to have patience. And remember that the person is not doing it on purpose.
I know.
I mean, that's been the hardest for me right now, is not to get exasperated and really realizing that there's asking me 25 times within 5 minutes the same thing.
I know.
It's not something he's doing on purpose. So
How can we help?
you're already helping. You've asked me to be a part of this. I can call you at any point in time.
Anytime.
If I need a dress, you're here. If I just need to talk to somebody, you're here.
Yeah.
Talk to your friends. Share things. Don't keep things bottled up. And I'm very blessed, as you can see. And with all my friends and stuff, I'm closer to you sometimes than some of my family. So that's important. Your friends, you pick them. Those are the family that you pick. And I'm very blessed that I picked great
We love
people.
you.
I love you back. Mwah. So, yeah.
All right, now take your thumb, put it at the bottom, and let's open it up and see what's going to come. Oh.
Welcome.
There you go.
I have
Oh, you have tissue.
Well, you're stuck in a little tornado right now.
You think?
You got a little tornado,
Yeah,
but
thank-
here's the thing I can share that I see happening at the very bottom, which then connects everything together. There is a bright side to all of it, because there's so much learning. There is so much that it's like this eye is opened up. And I think you're able to really see things in a whole different perspective that maybe we did see before that you didn't see before, or maybe you ignored before, but now you really, really know?
Yeah, income taxes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome to America. But this journey is a blessed journey. It's a beautiful journey, and I don't want to diminish it. I'm sorry for what you're going through. I feel for you, but what you're doing now about it, or what you're going to do with it, and how you're coping, is all going to work out.
Yeah, I think it's part of what my doctor said too, is that the caretaker has to take care of themselves too. So that's why I chose that I was going to go on this trip. I will have someone come in to be with my husband at that time, so I'm not leaving him alone. Please know that.
It's great.
But
you need to take
I
time
need
for
that
you.
time for my brain to heal.
100%.
To come back, and it's very important. And is she dreaming or really hot?
She's dreaming.
Okay.
One thing I will say, and that I respect my father immensely for, is he never put my mother in a home. He took care of her until she died. He was her number one caretaker, and sometimes I feel like my dad took care of her more than himself. And so you have to take this time to make sure you are important as well.
And again, I still have a career that I have to do, and part of my career is keeping the insurance up to do that, because my union screwed me last year.
Right.
So I don't want that to happen again unless I have dinner and a few cocktails first.
I do want to connect you with Braden Bishop. His mother passed from Alzheimer's. They have an amazing charity called Mom for Charity. It's all about Alzheimer's. Paul and I have done stuff with them. They actually put my mother's picture on one of their wine bottles, which was a beautiful legacy. So I'm going to connect you with him. He's a ball player in Northern California. It's an awesome charity, and we're here for you.
Thank you. That would be lovely. I mean, I think my mother died of lupus, so I try to work with the Lupus Foundation. Nadia, who plays my daughter, is leukemia, so I try to stay involved in those. I'm a member of the Thalians, which takes care of our returning vets and their mental health. So I try to give out the way I feel, and I expect to get back the same thing, and most of the time I do.
100%.
So, yeah.
And Patrika, we love you. We adore you. We could be talking here all night long with you. We really could.
Yes, but it's time to say,
But
bitches,
Ariana's
the
got
time is over.
her arms crossed.
She's pacing over there like this.
So on that note, you've just been undressed by Pol and Patrik.
Thank you, babes. I'd
How
show
do
you
you
my
feel?
boobs now, but no.
How do you feel?
I feel fabulous.
We love you.
I love you back, my God. Mwah.
Air hugs and kisses. Tell our audience where they can find you.
They can find me, Darbo Patrika.
Sunset
one
Boulevard.
place. They took
Okay,
my.
go ahead.
I've worked my. Yeah, I do work.
Tell
the
us your
corner.
social media and where we can find you.
Darbo Patrik. Oh, I have to. Hello. The producer says it might be nice if I look at the camera and go, "Hi there, bitches." You can find me, Darbo Patrika or Patrika Darbo, everywhere. If you see a Patrika A Darbo, step away. Don't push the button. You don't want any part of that one. Patrika, Patrika Darbo. That's where you're going to find me, everywhere. And would you like my address? No, I'm not going to do that. Anyway, but you can find me. If you do write me on any one of those social medias, I do write back also, because I wouldn't be where I am without you. So take care, bitches.
I love that. And you know what? If you can't pronounce my name, Patrik, just say Patrika, because we share the same pronunciation.
There you go. It's like every the producer was yelling, Patrik! And I'm like, wait, okay, is there an A coming? Is there an A coming? So anyway.
Exactly. Bye, bitches.
Bye, bitches.
Bye, everybody. Thank you
care.
for joining us for another fun, fashionable episode of Undressed with me, Paul, and my husband, Patrik. We love you.
And rate, review, subscribe, hit the notifications key, and comment. We'll comment back.
Do you always have to have the last fucking
Yes,
word?
and he
Maybe
has,
I
right now
do.
you can have it right now. Ring your bell.
Ring my bell, baby!
Good night, bitches.
This podcast is brought to you by Vocal Podcast Network. Executive producers are Michaela Simon, Paula Tu, and Patrick Simpson. Produced by Ariana Giles and Luis Peña. Shooting and editing by Luis Peña. Music by Digital Camel. Artwork by Dominic Demetz. Hosted by Paula Tu and Patrick Simpson. And Little Snow White 90210. Remember to follow Paul at Paula Tu, Patrick at Patrick Simpson, Snow White at Snow White 90210, and Vocal Podcast Network at Vocal Podcasts. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast so you never miss an episode.